we are going to start a very important chapter, that is congruent triangles. Congruent triangles. So firstly we understand the meaning of congruency. So geometrical figures are said to be congruent if they have the same shape and same size. Two geometrical figures are said to be congruent if they have same shape and same size. Means if two geometrical figures overlap each other, if two geometrical figures coincide each other, if two geometrical figures lie on each other exactly, or if one geometrical figure cover the other geometrical figure exactly, then the two geometrical figures are called congruent. So two geometrical figures are said to be congruent two geometrical figures are said to be congruent if they have equal size and same shape, if they have same shape and same size. If they have same shape and equal size. Any two geometrical figures, it may be line, angle, triangle, equilateral triangle, quadrilateral. So two geometrical figures, if they have the same shape and equal size, then they are called congruent. Now the congruence of line segment. Congruence of line segment. First is congruence of line segment. So two line segments AB and CD, two line segments AB and CD are said to be congruent if AB equals to CD. Two line segments AB and CD are said to be congruent if line ABH equals to line CD. Suppose there are two lines AB and CD. If they are of equal length, if AB is equals to CD, then line AB and CD are called congruent lines. Two line segments are said to be congruent if their lengths are equal. If AB equals to CD, then they are called congruent. congruence of angles. Two angles are said to be congruent if they measure equal angle. Two angles are said to be congruent if they measure equal angle. Two angles are congruent if their measurements are equal. Suppose there are two angles. Angle ABC and another angle DEF. So if angle ABC is equals to angle DEF, if angle ABC is equals to angle DEF, then these two angles are called congruent angles. If the measurement of angle B and angle E are equal, then they are called congruent angles. Now, congruence of triangle. Congruence of triangles. Two triangles are said to be congruent two triangles are said to be congruent if and only if one of them superposed on the other. Two triangles are said to be congruent if and only if and only if any one of them superpose the other. Two triangles are said to be congruent if and only if any one of them superposed on the other so as to cover it exactly. So as to cover it exactly. Now we study in detail about triangles. So suppose there are two triangles ABC and DEF. And if any one of them superpose the other so as to cover it exactly. When we put any one of these triangles on the other, suppose triangle ABC is put on the triangle DEF, then ABC and DEF should completely coincide, completely superposed and come exactly covered. It means the vertices A lie on D, vertices B lie on E, and vertices C lies on F. They must be completely covered. Their vertices coincide with each other. A lie on D, B lie on E, and C lie on F. When we put them together, then A must coincide with D, B coincide with E, and C coincide with F. And also, their sides must be equal. Means AB should be equals to DE, BC is equals to EF, AC is equals to DF. Then we can say that triangle ABC is congruent. This is the sign of congruency. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF because ABC and DEF completely cover each other when they put together. A lies on D, B lies on E, C lies on F, and their sides must be equal. AB equals to DE, BC equals to DF, and AC equals to DF. Then the two triangles ABC and DEF are said to be congruent. So suppose there are two triangles ABC and DEF. And from this we have seen that if A lies on B, on D, B lies on E, and C coincide with F, and also AB should completely cover the length DE. When the length AB and DE would be equal, then they exactly cover to each other. BC covers EF, BC exactly covers the side EF, side AC covers the side DF. Then triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Now we rotate the sides of triangle DEF. This is triangle ABC. Now the vertices E is rotated and new triangle it becomes E, F and B. We have rotated the vertices E in clockwise direction. So this triangle has been rotated. So E comes at the place of D. So the triangle becomes EDF or DEF. All its vertices gets rotated. Now if A lies on E, A lies on E, B lies on F, and C lies on D. AB exactly cover the side EF. BC exactly cover the side FD, and AC exactly cover the side ED. Then we write triangle ABC is congruent to triangle EFD. Its corresponding vertices and corresponding sides, it is necessary to take in account. In this case, we will have to write triangle ABC. ABC is congruent to EFD, is congruent to triangle EFD. So its order is important. Its order is important. We are taking AB side, then from here EF, AB, then comes EF, then BC, then corresponding side of BC is FD. So last two vertices is FD. Then when we take AC, then its corresponding is ED. A and C, extreme. E and D, extreme. Now again, if we rotate the triangle, so this was triangle ABC, triangle ABC. Now F is rotated. F is rotated, then it will becomes F is rotated. So FDE, it becomes FDE. And now if A coincide with F, B coincide with D, C coincide with E, and AB lie on FD, BC lie on DE, and AC lie on FB. Then to write the congruency, we will start from A. So triangle ABC, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle FDE. Its order is important. We take the corresponding sides. The first two points is AB, means we are taking side AB, and corresponding to side AB there is side FD. So this is FD. Then the corresponding side of BC is DE, and this is BC, last two terms. So here again the last two terms DE. Then we are taking the corresponding term AC and FB, AC and FE. So A and C are the extreme vertices. So here F and E are the extreme vertices. That's why we are taking FE. So the order is important. Order is important. Now again when we rotate, then the first figure will reach D, E, F. So this is about congruency. Now we discuss the congruence relation. Congruence relation. congruence relation. Every triangle is congruent to itself. Every triangle is congruent to itself. If there is a triangle ABC, so triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ABC. Every triangle is congruent to itself. If there is a triangle ABC, so it means triangle ABC is congruent to triangle ABC. Every triangle is congruent to itself. And if triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF, then it means triangle DEF is also congruent to triangle ABC. Then triangle DEF is congruent to triangle ABC. So they are congruent to each other. If ABC is congruent to DEF, then we conclude that DEF is also congruent to ABC. If triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF, and triangle DEF is congruent to triangle PQR. If triangle ABC is congruent to DEF and triangle DEF is congruent to triangle PQR, then ABC must be congruent to triangle PQR. Then triangle ABC must be congruent to triangle PQR. Because ABC is congruent to DEF and DEF is congruent to PQR, it means triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Now there are congruence criterion, and the first congruence criterion is side angle side. Side angle side. In short form, it is written as SAS. Congruent criterion. SAS congruent criterion. If there are two triangles, triangle ABC and triangle DEF. So if in these two triangles, if side AB is equals to side DE, angle A is equals to angle D, and side AC is equals to side DF, then these two triangles are said to be congruent. In triangle ABC and triangle DEF, if side AB is equals to side DE, side AB is equals to side DE, and angle A is equals to angle D, and the third side AC is equals to DF, side AB is equals to DE, angle A equals to angle D, and side AC is equals to DF, then these two triangles, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF by SAS criteria. SAS, first side, then angle, and then again side. It is not necessary that these two sides and this angle is must, but the angle must be the side containing the angle. This is the angle between two sides. This is the angle between two sides. Other case also arises. If this is triangle ABC and this is triangle DEF, and now let side AB equals to side DE, angle B equals to angle E, and BC equals to EF. So this case may also be possible. Any two sides and the angle containing these two sides must be equal. So from here we can say that in triangle ABC and triangle DEF, side AB equals to side DE, angle B equals to angle E, and side BC equals to EF. Therefore, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF, again by SAS congruency. Means the angles must be included between the equal sides. The angle must be included between the equal sides. This case also be possible. There is a triangle ABC and another triangle DEF. Side BC equals to EF, angle C equals to angle F, and side AC equals to side DF. This is also possible. BC equals to EF, angle C equals to angle F, and AC equals to DF. Then also triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF by SAS congruency.